Hello and welcome to another episode of Talk of the Boat. I'm your host, Robert Yazbek with Team Yazbek at Coldwell Banker. Today I have the pleasure of spending some time with Ms. Valerie Stafford, partner and founding member of Rumor Designs and Redesign, an HGTV award-winning interior design firm here in Steamboat Springs. Since 2008, Rumor Designs has created and curated some of the most iconic interior design projects in the Yampa Valley. Valerie, thank you for your time and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, yes.
This is great. I love this space.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Love it.
who's your interior designer?
Yeah, that means a lot coming from you. That's beautiful. Yours truly.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. You like the barnwood and everything?
Yeah, I love it.
Nice.
I think you guys did a great job.
Perfect. Appreciate that. Well, that means a lot coming from you. I love your work and have been seeing the stuff you've been doing for a long time. So pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
So give us a quick recap of how you came to Steamboat and how you got into starting Rumor Design.
Okay, this is a long journey, but 22 years ago,
Okay.
moved to Steamboat for the skiing, of course.
Yes.
Then I started working with an interior designer, and that kind of clinched it for me. I didn't really know that was going to be my path. I had a degree. I'd started in the arts world, then moved to economics, then went to finance, so I kind of had gone in a weird direction. But it all turned out okay because now I have my own business, so that makes sense. But at the time, I felt like a lost person, but found interior design. And then in 2008, there was kind of a downturn in the market. And so I didn't have a lot of work with the designer I was working for. And so my business partner that I started Rumor Design with had a furniture shop. And so we ended up teaming up. I was friends with his wife, and she said, you guys would be great together. And we ran Rumor Designs for 11 years together.
Wow.
And he recently retired. And then luckily, Lindsay Jameson appeared in my life, and we've been partners for the past 4 years.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you guys just moved spaces not long ago. You've got an awesome spot right on Lincoln Ave. You were already on Lincoln Ave, but new location.
Totally different sun exposure over on the other side.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, we just moved. We expanded. Yeah. So we went from, I think, 1,500 square feet to like 4,000 square feet.
Nice.
We opened a huge retail area, which we really didn't have before. It was really just design offices, almost elbow to elbow.
Right.
And then we added a coffee shop and all the design offices and the warehouse. We just wanted everything in one place, and we love it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So just kind of for the basics here, explain the role and responsibilities of an interior designer.
I think your interior designer can be a lot of roles. So it depends on what you're doing and where you need them in your life. But it's very objective, subjective. It's all of the things. But you need to be leaning on your interior designer to lead you through the marketplace. So basically, our job is to know products, know what's coming out, what's working for people, what's not working for people. And we save you a lot of time doing all the research. I mean, there's an entire internet of things you can go look at. But
exhausting.
It is. So we kind of curate it and we funnel it down into something that we think fits with you, of what you're looking for. And so our job is to sort of give you guidance for your project. Nice. So that can range from finishes to decor, helping you find the right gallery to find new artwork. I mean, it's really a wide variety. So we love the variety. It never gets bored. I think that's the best thing about our job, is that it's just every day is so different.
I can see that.
But yeah, I mean, the interior designer needs to be organized. They need to be able to draw. I think that's how we communicate, through pictures.
Nice.
I mean, you don't have to draw, but that helps. We communicate with pictures and images because I think everyone can speak that language, versus someone might say, I want a modern home. And you go, okay, what do you exactly mean by that? So I think having a photo, is it stark modern? Is it warm modern? Is it like a hybrid of something now modern? I mean, or actual 1950s modern? Like, what are you talking about? So
education is a big piece then too.
Yeah, so we really, and then the final piece, we are like therapists, retail therapists.
Yeah.
So, you know, the point is to have a good experience, and I think that's what we enjoy too, is just that process. So
that's awesome. Well, your reputation definitely speaks to that as well.
Thank you.
So then obviously, you know, you've got your own unique style as well and your firm. So how do you, you know, define your firm's, you know, unique style and uniqueness? And then where do you find inspiration?
Well, that's such a good question because, you know, design is subjective and it is always evolving. One thing I think that is unique about our firm is that we have so many designers. So we have a team of about 8 of us that are on the design team.
Nice.
And so we try to match up designers with the clients based on personality, style choices. So we actually can cover quite a wide variety. And a lot of times people will see our website and they will feel drawn to certain designs or certain looks. And so they can kind of communicate with us what they're feeling, what they want to see, what they want to accomplish for their steamboat home.
Perfect. And then you match them up with the right designer based on that.
Yeah. So I feel like we do like to, I think overall our style would have a playful undertone. I think that's, I mean, we can do neutrals and sophisticated and we love that, but we just like to just pop something unexpected, something unique, like a different pattern mix or a new color or something that brings a personality to the space.
Nice.
So
love it.
Yeah.
And where do you find your inspiration to continue being creative and playful?
Well, it used to be travel was like essential. You have to get out and travel the world. I mean, you can be inspired in anywhere you go and staying at hotels or going to new cities or across the pond. I mean, there's just so much out there to see.
Absolutely.
But fellow designers, what's going on in the industry, going to trade shows, those are all helpful as well. But yeah, I think it's just each project you don't really have like, okay, I always start with a rug. I mean, sometimes it might be a rug, it might be a piece of art, it might be a tile you fell in love with. I mean, it's weird how the brain works, but but yeah.
You start with one piece and then build from there.
Yeah, sometimes like a vision just comes to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love travel's definitely my go-to.
Nice.
My go-to.
That's awesome. So how do you decide which projects are a good fit, you know, for you and your firm? I assume you don't say yes to everybody, and probably certain projects you're more excited about than others. Yeah,
I mean, I think we are excited about the projects when the clients are excited about the design part. If it's designing a warehouse or something super utilitarian, that's not as fun. So we usually don't do those. But you know, if somebody's excited and has a vision, I think that's helpful. I think the hardest client is somebody that doesn't know what they want, or doesn't even have an idea, because we could guess, but I don't know.
Which direction do you go, right?
It's so hard. So I think a good fit would be somebody that understands how designers work, which we can help educate them along the way. But yeah, there's that understanding that it's a team effort. So it's not just us, it's the builders, it's the homeowners, it's the architect. I mean, all of these people come together to create a successful project. So if any part of that team is sort of suffocated by communication or they're out of the loop, it's hard. It's really, really hard. But when you have a full team and everyone's working together, oh my gosh, you get the best products. I mean, it's amazing. So it's as much about the person as it is the project then. As far as what's a good fit. And it takes a village. It's gonna flow. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Nice. So, you know, similar question, maybe stupid question, I don't know, but do you prefer to work within a budget or kind of have an open-ended budget? Well, double-edged sword, I know, but just you know. I mean, I think that obviously you'd say, oh, it'd be great to not have a budget, but the reality is we don't have any clients that don't have a budget. I mean, everyone has some kind of something where it's like, all right, that's it, we've hit the line or something, you know. So, and actually they say necessity is the mother of invention, right? So when you go, okay, I want to splurge on this piece, but I'm gonna like, you know, taper it back on these other things, or this powder bath is gonna be $1 million, not exactly, but It's going to feel like $1 million,
Yeah.
but we can really, taper back in some other room that's lesser visible. So you can be creative because of a budget. So I don't think there's many cases where there's no budget.
Right. So you kind of need the budget
You have
to
to
work
have a budget.
within. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Perfect. Good to know. What about any particular designers or creators out there that you look up to and get inspiration from?
Absolutely. I mean, there are so many talented designers. I feel like there's been a resurgence or new surge of designers out there. And maybe during COVID, when everyone started doing their homes, people got a little more in tune to different designers that were out there. But
any that you recommend that we can follow?
Yeah, you know what? It's one in Denver that I love, Studio Thomas.
Okay.
Kristen Thomas. I just love her work. It's really just serene and sophisticated and has beautiful lines and shapes. And I just love what they're doing over there. I love Duet Design is also in Denver. They are amazing. They're actually, I think, more similar to us because they have like a playful undertone, and I just think they're always cutting edge.
Nice.
Amber Lewis, I think she's in LA. I just love what she's doing. They're all a little bit different. So I think it's nice to appreciate people that do a variety of things that are outside of your wheelhouse.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, that's awesome. Good,
good. I love those guys.
All right, so a little more difficult question here. Get into the meat of it. I feel like, what are some of the challenges you come across when working with someone designing their, residential commercial space, and how do you and your team overcome those challenges?
Well,
I'm sure there are plenty of challenges.
Yeah, there are, and actually lately, believe it or not, the biggest challenge isn't. The biggest challenge is the supply chain right now.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
oh God.
You can't. You have to design around things that are in stock, which is like a whole different way to design.
Brutal.
Or you have to wait, 24. No, not. I was going to say 24 months, but it's like, it feels like that. But it's at least a year sometimes for certain. So if you're doing a lot of custom work, you just have to plan so far in advance. And that's frustrating and that's hard. And then sometimes on certain things, if they just never come, like we just had to change a fireplace. A whole fireplace had to get a whole remake.
Redesign.
Yeah, redesign. We haven't even built it yet because the manufacturer decided not to release it to market yet. So anyways, that kind of created hurdles. But
that's brutal.
I know. So, and it's, down to plumbing, down to fabrics. I mean, you name it, there's a supply chain issue. I think that is hands down the biggest hurdle.
How are your clients dealing with it, and how are you guys overcoming those challenges?
I think that's where I think people have been super understanding. I think, when we tell them these things, I think they're upset because we are upset too. And I think that's a hard thing to manage in your timeline. I mean, prices are going up. So I think that if everyone is nimble and quick and we can change direction and we can pull out substitutions if we have to,
right, or
we decide we have enough time to wait, I think having an understanding client is huge. And that's usually what happens. I mean, I feel like because of what we've been through in the world lately, I just think people are so much more patient than they probably ever thought they would be.
Yes, that's a nice thing that came out of COVID, right?
Yeah.
People are more reasonable and accepting of the reality of what's going on.
We used to do a big install. Like it would be like, okay, everything's here. Let's put it all together. And it would, a day or two, maybe 3 days of just putting everything in the house after it was done. And those days don't exist anymore because things just kind of roll in slowly. Right. So you're like, oh, your sofa will be here.
You got one piece here, one piece
in a couple months. But for now, we can give you a bed and a custom night. I mean, you do it like, you sort of do it. But yeah, it's not that, TV show reveal all the time.
Friday. Yeah.
So that's sad for us because we love that moment when your client walks in and they just like their eyes light up.
Yep.
It's the best. It's like that's our reward. Actually, the install is so much fun too. So that's our favorite part of the whole thing.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's got to be fun.
It is fun.
So what's a typical time frame now? That somebody's wants a really nice home done start to finish.
I would say. I mean,
depending on how specific they are with the materials and what they're willing to wait for.
I think you definitely need like 15 months
Really?
I mean, you have planning, and if you're doing a high-end home, there's a lot of details that you're going above and beyond to specify and make sure that it's just right, and the size fits the family, and everything is perfect. And so that takes a couple months of planning, and then the ordering takes a couple months. And some things can come in faster, but I would say good 15 months.
Wow, that's wild.
I know.
So you guys, congratulations. You won the HGTV Designer of the Year Award last year for Living Large in Small Spaces.
That was,
category.
that was amazing.
Right, so
That was so
congratulations.
cool. Thank you
That's
so
super
much.
exciting. That's a major national stage, global stage.
It's surreal. It was so cool.
Yeah, I bet. And you're nominated for 2 different categories this year. So tell us about those and how we can vote and that kind of thing.
Can I talk to your audience here,
please.
like directly?
Yes.
Okay, so listen up. We need your votes.
Yes.
We are nominated in 2 different categories this year, which is amazing. We are so appreciative of the opportunity to be amongst some of the finalists are the design firms I mentioned from Denver. So,
nice.
but we are in the color and pattern category and the dramatic before and afters category. So we'd love for you guys to go to HGTV Designer of the Year Awards and check for color and pattern and check for dramatic before and afters and find our projects. It's a little complicated. You can go to our website and we will give you all the directions on how to get there. But if you can vote every day through now up till September 27th. So we'd love to get ahead. Last year we won our category. We voted all the time. We had our friends and family voting, and it was amazing. We were ahead like the whole time. This time we're behind right now, so like we really need some help.
Need some help.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, congratulations on the nomination and everything. That's awesome. So
thank you.
Good luck
Thank
winning.
you.
And we'll help you vote.
Yeah.
So how do you guys, I know you guys are involved in the community. Tell us a little bit about how Rumor Designs impacts our community and, further kind of how do you leave your mark on the interior design world as a whole?
Oof. Well, the last part is that, okay, so let's start with the community.
Yes. Local community first.
Lindsay and I are both, Lindsay is my business partner that she's got kids and they're in soccer and sports. And so we do support the local women's soccer. And I've always had a background with performing arts. And so we also support Steamboat Dance Theater. We do support, sponsor cabaret or different events that come to town.
Yeah.
And we also are part of the First Friday Art Walk series. And so that gives us an opportunity to showcase an artist, and it's at no cost to the artist. And we throw a big shebang on the first Friday. We'll have music and a beautiful spread, complimentary wine, and we usually get a great turnout.
Heck yeah.
And then
that's huge.
Being part of downtown and sort of a different area of downtown than we were used to, we've really become friends with all our neighbors. And we've done collaborations with Adorn, with the Standard. We want to get something going on with the Meat Bar.
Great.
I mean, it's just such a cool, collection of independent business owners. So I think that's been enjoyable as well.
Love it. That's awesome. And how about what's your mark on the interior design world?
So our mark is, I don't know, we want it to be fun. We want to have fun. Life is too short.
Yeah.
I think our goal is to make the process enjoyable and professional and be accountable so that everybody, has an amazing experience, I guess.
Perfect. Yeah. No, that's good. And I imagine it's not always that way, right? I mean, playful fun,
We try our
No, I don't mean with you. I mean with other firms, right?
I don't
interior
know.
design in general, I would imagine that's not always the case. So.
Well, we don't get to work
Sounds
with the other ones.
Yeah.
Because they're booked.
Yeah,
They're booked too.
That seems like a good goal.
Well,
and a good mark to leave for sure.
Yeah, I think interior design for a long time was not considered as much of a necessity as it is now. I think in the past it was like, oh, that's the decorator. It was, but there's full courses of study dedicated to interior design. You can get your degree in interior design and at, these beautiful colleges. So become more and more of a respected part. It used to be the architect, builder, homeowner triangle.
Okay.
And now somehow we've made it into we've squeaked our way in there.
I like it. Very nice.
Yeah.
It's an important piece. I mean, seeing, being in real estate and looking at homes, all day, every day, it's amazing to see the difference, right, between something that was designed and something that wasn't. And even architect, builder, homeowner, without designer, some really high-end homes, you can see where they could have used a designer, right?
Well, it makes a huge impact. And
it's huge.
if you want to sell your house all of a sudden and it's already beautifully designed, I mean, there's not a lot of work to do.
Right.
Versus the people that are like, oh my God, I got to sell this house. I got to change the floor.
Can you help us? Yeah.
And you're like, then you don't even get to enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's nice to just, if you value that and you appreciate that from the start, it creates a beautiful space for your family, your friends, and
I love it.
It's good.
Yeah, and the trends change so fast. That's something I've been thinking about lately. It's like if you're actually treating your property like an asset, and being able to sell it at any given time or fairly quickly is important. Having it up to date, is important.
Right.
I mean, that's, taking care of that asset, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing what you can do to transform a house. I mean, you have an existing house that's gorgeous, and it was gorgeous 10 years ago. Yeah. And now it's like, well, what's tired, you know? And we can see exactly, it's those windows or the treatments, or it's the lighting. Sometimes it's just the lighting. There's so many like quick and easy things that people can do.
Absolutely. And most people don't have the vision, right? So
they just need the little birdie.
So important.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question. All right, so that's perfect segue. So what?
There's
last
more.
question. What tips and advice can you give homeowners out there that are looking to kind of do things themselves to make their space, better design and?
Well, I would say an easy way to freshen your look, and you can even do it seasonally here in the Rocky Mountains. We get all the seasons, so we're lucky. But just changing up your pillows on your sofa and throw blankets. That's like that's beginner 101.
Super easy, right? Yeah.
Super easy.
Nice. We can all do that.
We can all do that.
Okay. That's a good one.
And then I would say look at your lighting as well. Right. I think a lot of people have recently switched everything to LED. So not only are you having savings just in your electrical bill, but the light is better, it's cleaner, it's brighter. I think that can make a house go, look from the 90s to the 2020s, because it's just a matter of that slick modern lighting. It's just so good.
Heck yeah. And those are easy.
Those are easy.
That's Amazon Prime, right? If you're trying to do it yourself and on a low budget,
I think you can even automate like the bulbs now. There's just it's just amazing. Yeah. What's another trick I would say? I would say, solid surface countertops. If you don't have those, I feel like you're missing out.
Right. Even if your cabinets need an upgrade, it's probably still worth it to get the countertops.
Yeah, and we've done so many, painting your cabinets. That's actually that's a really good one.
Yep,
and we do that all the time. And
you guys do that?
Oh yeah.
You have paint contractors and everything?
We don't have them.
Yeah, but you have good relationships with them. Yeah.
I wish we had them, but we have very good relationships, and they'll squeeze us in anytime we ask. So I do love that. But yeah, if you have a good painter, painting your cabinets is just like you got a whole new kitchen.
Yeah, beautiful. And you guys sell lighting and pillows and stuff right in the store, right? If somebody wants to come in and just kind of onesie, twosie, swap some stuff out.
Yep.
Start with you.
Yeah, come on in. We sell tile, cabinets, flooring, obviously our design services, but the store's got so many quick and easy things to grab. A new tray, candles, things that make your house smell nice. That's a good thing too.
Love it. You got to appeal to all five senses, right?
Yeah.
I was just at a global luxury retreat, and they were talking about that, the aesthetic intelligence.
Yeah.
And appealing to all five senses when you're listing a home for sale and that kind of thing. So
the
same
cookies.
Thing. Yeah. The whole deal. I'm sure that applies in your business.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Talk of the Boat. We will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Talk of the Boat. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe on whatever platform you're viewing, like, and share with somebody else you think might enjoy it. We'd really appreciate that. Also, if you have any real estate related questions that you'd like us to answer on the air, please send those to us by email, text, or direct message. And as always, if you have any real estate questions or needs that we can help you with, please reach out. Thank you.